It's budget time in Canada, in Alberta, and for the federal government, we have our budgets, and I guess budgets are showing up in various other provinces.
We'll get to the Alberta one at a later date.
No, we're going to talk about them both because this is how
combine them both. Oh, fucking.
The federal one, you would almost swear that the guy writing it didn't know what budget meant. Because the word gender showed up 398 times, and the word deficit showed up twice.
Why would gender be in budget? Why should you even use the word gender and budget in the same sentence? Gender,
This
budget.
is what our Prime Minister wants. He wants a gender equity budget. He wants gender equity throughout everything. He wants to pay equal pay for equal work.
You know what? I'm so sick of this. I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of it. I'm over it. This Prime Minister is gonna make me hate equality soon, because they're driving for it so hard that it's ridiculous.
Yes.
My thought is this: if I'm a worker and I'm an employee of the place, I agree to work for a wage.
Yep.
I find out somebody who does the same job makes more than me. I can either do one of two things: quit or raise a stink. Or three things, I guess.
Well,
or you could do
just
nothing.
Put up with it. Yeah.
You choose to work for this company. You choose. You hear in there's I'll use the one example of I think it was Mark Wahlberg and another girl. They got paid differently for reshoots.
Yeah.
But apparently it was built into the contract prior to the movie being made that
if there were reshoots
he would get paid this much.
Wahlberg would be paid like $1.6 million.
And she would be paid nothing or something like that? Or
like
$1,000
a day.
And people are complaining and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, get a better damn fucking agent.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm in business. If I'm a business person, I'm in business to make money. If I can hire people at less wage and they're willing to work for it, I'm going to do it.
And right here is the gender pay gap myth is exactly that. Honestly, if companies could pay women less than men, don't you think there would be a hell of a lot more women in business?
Yeah.
Everywhere,
yeah.
Because you could pay them at 86 cents to the dollar.
Yeah, if I can 15% less, I'm gonna all women.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, you construction workers and women can do the construction. But
yeah.
There are instances where male need to be done, obviously, but gay porn, male gay porn, I can't have a female in there,
But yeah, it's so right there. You have to look at it and go, are there more women working here than there are men? Because if there is,
maybe there is some truth to the,
But most of the places I work, there are more men than there are women. And honestly, being a guy who's hired and fired people, I pay women the same that I paid men.
I know.
And I didn't pay men more because they had penises. Yeah. I paid a person more because they worked harder.
Yeah.
So that's the federal budget. There was spending increases, and a lot of these spending increases had to do with the color of your skin or whether or not you had a penis. Again, we come across as racist assholes all the time on this show. I have no problems with helping disadvantaged people, but there's a lot of niche
you can't go
markets
too
out there, and
you can't offer one disadvantaged group something over that you're not offering another one. If you're giving more to Aboriginals than you are to one-armed Joe, then there's a problem. You say you want to help the disadvantaged, but you're not really helping the whole disadvantage. You're just going, well, I want to help people.
You're picking and choosing,
and
based off of merit points.
This world is just the lack of self-responsibility in this world.
Yes,
is so astonishing. It makes my brain hurt.
Yes, I totally
Okay,
agree with that.
Are some children born into bad situations? Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
And the government should work
Yes.
towards helping them. But I think the government shouldn't help as much. I think community services, like, okay, this is a horrible way of putting it, but churches help their community far better than any government.
Oh,
can.
yeah.
And I think those are what we should be funding, not government agencies.
Well, we already fund the churches by not taxing them, so.
Well, okay, but
I think that's their.
my point is that a church is going to know more about what a community and how to help specific people more than a government is going to go, oh, well, you have brown skin. So
Kind-hearted people are going to help their communities more than not. Like, church is just people who are kind-hearted for whatever reason. Whatever reason you choose to be kind-hearted.
Churches is just an example.
Yep.
There are many other
kind-hearted people who run like shelters and community halls,
Red Cross,
stuff like that.
Organizations
who pull money out of their own pockets to help disadvantaged people, regardless of the color of their skin and their and then stuff like that. And to have the word gender in a budget is, to me, doesn't make any sense. There should be no, like, you get more money because you have purple skin. Doesn't make any sense to me. It's racism doing that.
Yeah,
that's exactly what it is.
And again, you started off great point. You can do one of three things: nothing, raise a stink, or ask for a raise.
No,
put up with it.
Put up with it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The raise a stink. There are many ways you can go in and go, I want a raise. And if they go no, well, then you take them to the labor board. If you think what's happening is unfair.
This is what I want to see. Everybody's complaining about their fucking wage gaps and stuff like that. Stop walking down the street carrying. Well, actually, you can keep carrying signs talking about it. Go to the labor board and see what they say, and see if your government truly backs you of this wage gap we speak of. Because we have laws against this.
Yeah, we do.
There are laws against paying people differently based on their sex, race.
Yeah, we have these laws. Use them. Stop saying, oh, there's differences. Stop
making new laws that you don't need to make.
Yeah, exactly. A psychiatrist, Jordan Peterson, stated that men are more aggressive. So in situations when there needs to be head-on confrontation, men are more likely to do to
go right at it,
to raise a stink, whereas women are more likely to put up with it. Right? We have these laws. Women want equality. Will start acting like a man. Stop bitching that men aren't acting like women.
Start acting like a respectable human being. Like, if you feel you're being mistreated, stand up for yourself. What happened to this world where it's okay to stand up for yourself? It's okay to, and if you're a boss or an employer, have the nuts to tell somebody why you're paying them what you're paying them. Don't be a little puss and be like, hey, this is what... And the employee, don't be a pussy. If your boss tells you that you're not a good worker, buck up. You
have to fight for yourself because nobody else is going to do it.
Yeah, you got to have convictions of what you're doing and why you're doing it. If you're an employee, go to your boss and say, this is why I think I deserve a raise. And if you're a boss, tell them why you think you don't deserve a raise. And be honest. Be like, we don't have it in the budget, or blah, blah, blah. Or, fuck. Man. World, man, it's just I don't even want to live in it. I just want to be shot to Mars. Seriously.
You want to be a volunteer for the Mars mission.
Man,
I get
it's
it.
so... We just run into the same damn problems in fucking Mars.
We'd all be working our asses off just trying to survive.
Yeah,
we wouldn't have time to complain we have all this extra time too.
Man.
But yeah, so, and then that's the problem with the budget is it wasn't really a budget because it didn't talk about budget stuff. And this is a problem. This is supposed to be numbers and math, but it's talking about feelings and gender and I'm sorry, I want a budget with math. Even though I don't necessarily understand it.
Yeah, I won't understand any of it.
I need smarter people to tell me what some of the numbers actually mean, and I listen to these smarter people because I know they're smarter than me.
How much is this going to cost me?
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
what I want to know.
And that's the thing. They don't. The federal government doesn't talk about getting back into the black at all. And then you go to Alberta. There's no mention of gender. There's talk about deficit. There's talk about debt. There's talk about actual actions to do things to get the budget balanced. And the federal government is a Liberal government, and the provincial government is an NDP government.
Aren't they the same almost?
No, they're supposed to be different, but
This is what
political parties pander to whoever's going to give them the vote. So even though they say, "Oh, we are a left-leaning party," they will aim for the middle and get as many people from the middle while still appearing to look left. But in this case, this is
I don't understand like how a country can run a deficit and be like, "Hey, we'll pay you back."
Well,
No,
because
you won't.
the banks make billions off of interest payments.
How come you just don't let me do that? I'll just run millions of dollars of deficit and pay you with the more loans that you're giving me. I'll pay off an old loan with a new loan.
Well, because technically the governments do actually make money. They just spend more of it than they earn.
So they don't make money. That's not making money. If you spend more than that's not making money. In what world do we live in that's making money? I want to be in that fantasy world where I spend more than I make and make money.
And I totally agree. Like, it's there has to be a little bit of, I understand that sometimes the shit just hits the fan and you have to blow your budget. I get that. I understand that. I've been in through those situations. And I want my government to be grown up. To do, like...
But that's never going to happen, though. That's never... Because politicians are...
They pander.
They're supposed to be leaders. Leaders. But they're not. They don't do anything to inspire our youth. They don't do anything to inspire anything. You know what I mean? It's like, this is going to be weird for me to say, but politicians are people we should be looking up to. But how can you look up to Justin Trudeau and Donald Trump? Or any political leader?
You can actually look up to Donald Trump way more than you can look up to Trudeau.
You're not looking...
Donald Trump is actually trying to do something. Yeah. Trudeau just wants photos.
But anyways, politicians should be the people that
Donald Trump slept with a porn star. Trudeau?
That's weird. I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
Who would sleep with that?
Yeah, I know.
Donald Trump.
Exactly. Yeah, I never assumed that porn stars were promiscuous outside of the job. I thought they were just
doing a job.
People, but the fact that she slept with him is like, wow. Being rich actually does have its advantages.
Yeah, does have its benefits.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyways.
We digress.
Yes. But yeah, I never look into the budget too much because it just doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't. Like, every time I see it, I'm like, deficit. I hear deficit, debt. And I'm like, I think we've heard surplus, once in our life? Twice? We've seen deficit more times.
I am actually old enough to know that the deficit was debt and deficit was actually slain in Alberta. That in Alberta, we owed zero money. Zero.
It doesn't make any sense how we went from that to where we are now.
$56 billion in debt.
Are we 96 billion?
We'll be 96 by the time the NDP government decides to get us out of debt. So yeah, it's actually.
And we still got to wait 7 hours in the goddamn ER for help.
That's I know. Spending goes up and nothing. Everything goes up and nothing. If spending goes up, wait times are supposed to go down.
That's what I don't understand. Like,
they don't correlate
about economies. Like, that's what I don't understand. we're in a recession.
Well, you keep saying we're out of the recession.
We're out of the recession. It's like, nothing in my life gets cheaper. Everything gets more expensive.
Yeah.
I don't make more money.
No.
But it just doesn't make... It doesn't make any sense. Like, where are these people who are supposed to be running our province, country, getting their numbers from, getting their information from? That it...
I think, honestly, the simplicity that you say things is like... when we were talking about how in one of the earlier episodes you talked about it's great that we're coming out of this recession, but when you replace 100,000 jobs that pay you $100,000 a year with 100,000 jobs that pay you $50,000 a year, that's not really making it out of the recession.
No, you're coming with an overall deficit of negative 50,000. Still, to me, it doesn't make any sense, Oh, we've created this many jobs. Yeah, but how much money have you created of this many jobs?
Yeah.
It's a matter of money, not jobs. You can't speak in the matter of... You have to speak in the currency that we use and we value as a society.
Yeah.
So if
you had $10 million worth of jobs and you lost 5 million of it and then made 1 million back, you didn't really grow anything.
Yeah. I have 100,000 people working, okay, but those at a value of 50,000. Before we had 100,000 working at a value of 100,000. You're still 50,000 negative. You're not equal. You're not in a plus. You're not. You know what I mean? Oh, we created 200,000. Yeah, but those 200,000 jobs aren't worth as much as those 100,000 that we lost.
Mm-hmm.
Is that too simple? Did I just make that too simple? To me,
No, you made it incredibly simple. That's the problem. Is right there. There's simplicity. That's the way it should be looked at.
I'm just a nobody. I work in a goddamn furniture warehouse. I don't run a goddamn country. How does our government not see that? It's just... I've said it before. It's just spitting numbers and spitting stats to fit your narrative.
Yep.
And that's what this world is about. It's about spitting information to fit your narrative. And you can do that any way. You could take words. You could take a whole book that's about cooking rice. Okay? A 50-page book about cooking rice. And you could take... Say there's 10,000 words in it, right? I don't know. You could take 500 words and make it about a Ugandan war somehow. To fit your narrative. And it's like... It's all context.
Yep.
So it doesn't... I don't know. Just... It doesn't make sense. How do people who are...
That's why we talked about both budgets. Because, it's...
These people are supposed to be smarter than me, are they not?
Yeah, and I don't like what's happening with my country. I understand why some people are lashing out.
I'm all for kumbaya feelings and stuff and being able to talk about your feelings and be equal, but you can't force equality on people. You can't. If somebody looks at you, if you have somebody who looks at somebody inferior to them because of something, you're not going to change that person's mind.
Nope.
You're never going to. So, as me as a person, I want to know that restaurant owner or business owner, I want to know if they're racist or homophobic, so I can choose to go there or not. You know what I mean? Let them be like, I don't want.
And that's one of those.
Yeah,
that's one of those things about Twitter and social media is, you can go, you know what? I had a bad experience at this restaurant. He treated me as a second-class citizen because of X reasons, X, Y, and Z. And people can go, you know what? I don't like that. Yeah. I'm not going there anymore.
Don't make your government make a law about it. Just be like, hey, everybody, this person over here, racist.
They're racist.
Don't go to their business. Ruin their lives. Make them close their business down.
No,
that's going to change their mind.
Don't actively ruin their lives. Just
ruin their business.
Yeah, just don't go there. And then their business will fail because of that purpose.
Yeah, it'll either fail or it won't. Bottom line, but you can't. Whatever.
Because when you try to regulate things, you just
can't regulate hate.
You polarize people. You put them into either you're with us or you're against us camps. And a lot of these people that are put into camps don't want to be in those camps.
There's only one thing in this world that I think, in my opinion, that I'm like totally, hey, you're with me or you're against me, and it's not, and that's my fandom of the Edmonton Oilers. That's it. If you don't like the Edmonton Oilers, okay, well, I can still be your friend.
Yeah,
I can still hang out with you, but we're gonna butt heads on that.
Yeah,
that's it. Okay, like that's it. I hate the Calgary Flames. Love the Edmonton Oilers. We can get past that.
I don't like the Calgary Flames.
That's it.
I don't love Edmonton either, but
that's it.
And that's the thing. You just know that you just don't talk about that thing. It's like
you don't like about it, but we're gonna fucking butt heads about it.
And that's the thing. It's like you have to understand that you're going to butt heads with people. Just don't be an asshole. You don't need to be, because you're just like, hey, we're going to butt heads. Hey, let's have a little bit of fun while we butt heads.
This world is like, it's so just like, oh, you have this opinion, this is who you are, and it's like, well, no, I can change my opinion. I can look at the world and have my eyes open to something, and be like, oh yeah, you know what? The way I was thinking before probably wasn't the most effective way to think. And if you watched the show for 2 years that we've been doing, you've seen that we have both changed some of our thinking. We still have our underlying values.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we understand that, hey, there's different ways to look at things. There's different aspects, and just like
some of the things he says are actually really monumental, and it's just like, wow, interesting.
It just doesn't make any sense. I just don't understand how people just hit me in the head. I just want to be dumb. Like, man, I would love to just live it for one day in a space where I just don't understand. Where I'm just so dumb that it doesn't faze me. Like, where the stupidity around me doesn't faze me. Even from smart people. I look at them and go, God, you're so smart, but you're so... Okay, nope. I just can't. Anyways. Gotta get out of here. I'm gonna have a stroke or something. I gotta go kill some PUBG bitches. See ya.
See ya.